Hello everyone, Kurt Holtfreter here, and welcome back to another episode from Holtfreter Labs. Today we're going to be sharing some of the footage that was able to be done this past weekend at one of our armor meets. As practice goes, it was a little bit different than normal, and in the fashion that we basically brought all of the lances together, well, the ones that were available, and we're able to do some basic level training and get an introduction to people as far as like what they do for armor and whatnot. And it was also a way for us to kind of put together the things we learned together at the very end of it all. So this is just a little bit of some of the footage that's out there of me sparring with with three people. One is the lance member of mine, and the other two are, one is never been in armor before, but got to kind of experience a little right here the first time, and the other one was one of the other lance heads that I have out there who's putting his kit together. And just kind of exploring, working through Abrazari, looking through, and all the other concepts of Armazari out there. So again, this is just a quick little video of some of the sparring that happened out there. Some nice light stuff right there as far as to move into. It's going to open up with what I call a passage at arms between Connor Neagle and I. And I'll be explaining a little bit later on what that is and what the goal of those are. So with that being the case, let's roll the film.
Fight is ready. You may begin.
Yeah, that. Sounds good.
Fight is ready. You may begin. Fight is ready. You may begin.
Yep. You good? Yeah, you were that.
Fight is ready. You may begin.
That one was in. What you got over there? Keep going.
Go. Play. See what I'm doing, right? Yes, we do. Two more? Two more.
Because if I let my arm hold it, my posture turns into that. But then when I do this, I go.
Yeah, I've noticed whenever I see you fight your coach.
First D.
And then again.
One out.
Yeah, you want to sit? That way we aren't behind the camera woman. Strap, aren't you? Yeah.
Don't forget, that's not breastplate.
Yep.
For this purpose, you can cross and put each metal.
Got it.
Well, I can work it on the
Oh, it came undone with the dagger. So it was the dagger. There you go. Start the play.
Focus. Go. Yeah.
So that's the footage right there. Again, it was a great weekend out there. We didn't have all the stuff as far as the training goes and what we kind of walk people through and whatnot, but I really just want to show the practice of what happened at the very end of it all between people that have dedicated themselves to different things with Fiore, whether in or out of armor. As I said before, I'm going to talk a little bit about what a passage of arms is for me and what I'm utilizing this for. So the very first footage out there was between Connor and I, and he's one of the people that I train with pretty regularly. And we want to build this thing right here where can we build up a ability, not just to go out there and sprint into a fight, if you will, but the long fight and being able to switch between different types of armaments and whatnot and so on and so forth here. And this is kind of a look at what that looks like. And how we started off with some gladiatorial stuff here, and I may be gripping it wrong, whatever, but this is just how I like to do it, where I'm using the sword to kind of couch a spear, and I'm working to try to set up shots that go into different areas, and he's doing the same against me. And then we went to spears, then we went to swords, then we went to daggers, and it was just, again, it was a long it was a long walk. And I mean, even though I think the fight was only about 5 minutes, that's a long time in suit, and it's a long time in practice and sparring. So, and all the sparring afterwards there between Max Fishman and Harry Hupman, again, it was it was beneficial because once again, you're seeing varying levels of armor. And how I approach armor is not knightly combat. Some people may take the issue with that, and again, I understand it, because I mean, what is armor for and so on and so forth. But to me, knightly combat is much more of the concept of the horse rather than just armored practice. And I think that armored practice, well, absolutely, knightly combat also revolves around foot combat as well. I would also say that, there's plenty of other people that were not on horse to do these things. So some of my approaches in which I go for here is, we use, when I say it's armor practice, it is not necessarily like, okay, we're doing the knight thing. What it is instead is we are learning how to use this other tool, just like the sword's a tool, a dagger's a tool, and a spear's a tool. So is a suit. So is a suit of armor. It can be used against us, it can be used for us. There's a lot of things out there. And when I talk about what our armor combat practice is how do we utilize that one additional tool, which is armor, to preserve ourselves and to go against opponents. So to go against people that are wearing lighter kit, that doesn't mean necessarily that you are going to lose out on it. And it doesn't have to be especially kinetic to practice these things. So again, thank you also for that. That's going to do it for this video here. Again, I just wanted to drop this out here. And again, a special thanks to everyone that participated. Absolutely a special thanks also to other members that did not want to necessarily fight that day or want to do some sparring. Aaron Brand, being the person who was able to officiate this and make sure that everything was safe and going for this. You had my partner, Veronique McMillan, who was out there helping with squiring. Brandon Monia, who's also out there helping with squiring and passing arms and make sure people in the right space right here. So again, all of you, thank you so much for making such a very wonderful experience and a safe day of training. Your practice and your dedication is wonderful, and I'm very lucky to have you in the mix of all this. So with that being the case here, again, just want to shout out to the people there that they participated for the full day, but they may not have done the sparring. Big kudos to you all out there, and thank you so much. So again, that's wrap up the video here. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe, share with a friend, and as always, please stay safe out there, train well, and fight on.